fans, UFC 296 is in the books, and how about Shavkat Rakhmonov being the first man ever to tap out Stephen Wonderboy Thompson? That's extremely impressive. Now, let's get to the fight. Admittedly so, 100% agree with everybody. That first round was a dud. It was completely just like, what am I watching? I was hoping and praying this was not going to be the entire fight. And, in the first round, Shavkat pretty much had Wonderboy up against a fence. And you got to give it to Wonderboy. His takedown defense is on point. It's always been on point. He's always went against some really high caliber wrestlers. We remember when he went against Tyron Woodley, and he went against quite a few other guys with really good high caliber wrestling and such. But, Shavkat just couldn't do it. He couldn't do it in that first round. But in the second round, he pretty much turned up the pressure, was able to get Wonderboy down, and pretty much was able to apply, I want to say, what was it? It almost looked like a rear naked, but I know he was transitioning to different attempts and such. But to me, I think it was a rear naked. I could be wrong on that. Please forgive me on that. But, he ended up tapping Wonderboy. Wonderboy couldn't really get off. Where he was pretty much doing his best to do his side kicks and, his karate stances and his karate kicks and whatnot to keep Shavkat at bay, because he knew right away that Shavkat is very dangerous. He has really great wrestling, really good grappling, and he knew he would be in trouble if he went down. And that's what ended up happening in the second round. He pretty much got in trouble, went down to the ground, and pretty much he had no chance. Shavkat just ran over him, was able to pretty much get top control and whatnot, and got his submission attempt, and pretty much tapped Stephen Wonderboy out completely. And great performance. I actually thought that maybe Wonderboy would hang in there just a little bit longer. Maybe this fight would go to decision, but I was wrong. Shavkat is the real deal. He's real deal. This was a very good test for him. He was able to go against Jeff Neal and Neil Magny and whatnot, and now this was a bigger step up in class. I'm not saying he is ready for a title shot next. I know a lot of people like to throw that out there right away. We did that with Khamzat Chimaev. He did some very impressive stuff to a lot of other fighters in his division at the time, and then right away want to give him a title shot. But then when you put him up there against a very, very top, we put it this way, top 3 fighter in Kamaru Usman, then we got to see like, hey, maybe he's not quite ready just yet. And that's where I'm at with Shavkat Rakhmonov. I feel like he's ready for the top 5. I feel like he's ready for anybody in that, anywhere between Gilbert Burns, Kobe Covington, maybe even a Bilal Muhammad, definitely, but not quite ready for a title shot just yet. I would love for him to get at least one more fight in there. But I personally feel like they're not going to do that. He has a clean record, 18 fights, 18 finishes. That is extremely impressive to do, very difficult to do. So I feel like he is going to be sidelined until we get this whole Leon Edwards title shot thing figured out. It seems like they might give it to Bilal Muhammad, but you never know in this whole era thing. Sometimes it's all about making money, and sometimes they want to give it to somebody that's going to make just a little bit more money. But I really feel like they're going to give it to Bilal. Shavkat, I feel like they're going to keep him on the sidelines. Maybe give him somebody temporarily just to keep him busy, because you never know how long it's going to be. You never want to wait. Dana White already said it in his post-fight press conference. He don't like people waiting. And yeah, with Shavkat, he didn't look like he took too much damage. So I don't see why he would not want to get another fight in there. Maybe test himself just a little bit more. Because you don't get better at something by not doing it, for sure. As far as Stephen Wonderboy goes, he's up there. Yeah, I think he's 40, 41. And it's very tough to be that age in this division. Very tough indeed. But as far as him retiring, I feel like he could keep himself busy. I feel like there's some really good fights out there for him, for him to make some money still. But as far as his championship level goes, his championship fights go, unless some miraculous thing happens where he needs to fill in some late replacement for a title shot or whatnot, or some miracle happens where he's able to get in there with someone like a Bilal or someone like a Gilbert or someone like a Shavkat, where pretty much lost to all 3 of those guys, and get this incredible knockout. Again, these are all what ifs. It doesn't look like Steven is ever getting a title shot ever again, for sure. His title shot days are done. And he was a great challenger. He was a great challenger. He's only been finished, and I think this was his only first finish. Oh, excuse me. Anthony Pettis was able to knock him out, and this was his first ever he got tapped out. So, still a great career. and he still looks very young for the division, in a sense, where he's able to hold his own against some other guys up there. Maybe like, again, Kevin Holland, or even the newly signed Michael Venom Page. You know, there's a few fun fights that he can actually still have, I feel like. But like I said, again, as far as title shot goes, it's pretty much done. So guys, let me know what you think should be next for Wonder Boy. Let me know what you think should be next for Shavkat Rakhmonov. Let me know in the comments, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.